mailed to you. I think you are having that. So this session we will be having a practical. You can, whenever I ask somebody, they can share the screen. I'll tell you what are these two techniques which have so what is this technique? This forensic accounting techniques, and I'm basically trying to teach you how these techniques can be applied so that all of you will be able to apply these two techniques. Many people think it is very tough to apply these two techniques like that. So quickly, I'll tell you, we have 1.5 hours. I hope we will finish it within 1.5 hours, depending upon your speed. We can think of that. Now, quickly, let me, I have a couple of slides. I think sharing is disabled. Screen sharing, enable screen sharing for everybody.
Sir, it is enabled, sir.
Yeah. Enable screen sharing for all.
All.
Yes, it is enabled, sir.
Okay, so let me just quickly give you a brief idea first, then we will have for everybody. I hope my screen is visible to everybody.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
it's visible.
Okay. So basically, today's class, I'm talking about two things. One is Venetian score, and another one is Benford Law, and how to apply these two things in accounting data. And basically, these two things are evolved over a period of time. And recently, these two things became very opinion about this thing. But since this has become a buzzword in accounting world now, so I'll just tell you how to do this so that you can use it and you will be able to find it with a lot of companies. But let me remind you, the first day that I was talking about the financial shenanigans, by how to detect the shenanigans individually by looking into each of these items. And I told some of the techniques to find out how to look into this. I have just uncovered some portion of it like that. So that is the best way to find out a fraud. These are, I would say, supplementary measures to find out a fraud. If any anomaly occurs in this, then you should go for the first thing which I have told in the previous class. That should be taken into consideration as the primary evidence, in my opinion. This can be taken as a secondary evidence, but this should not be the primary evidence, in my opinion. You can disagree with me. Okay. So that is my argument. You can disagree with me very well. Okay. So don't think that since I have told, it should not be there like that. But I feel the other way is a foolproof method like that. In that way, that method is much more reliable, I would say. Now, first I'll talk about Venetian score. So Venetian score, Venetian 1999, he developed a series of accounting ratios, and these ratios, he found out that out of 17 frauds, his ratios could detect almost 12 companies out of 17 high-profile fraud. And this became very popular in the year 2001. Actually, when not in 2001, actually 2001 Enron collapsed. So before Enron collapsed, actually this Cornell University students, they actually tested this Venetian score, and they found that Enron is having manipulation. And later on in 2001, when Enron collapsed, before that, students found out that there is a manipulation happening in that, and this gave much more mileage to this argument of Venetian score. So basically, what Venetian score is trying to do is they calculate this day sales receivable, gross margin index, asset quality index, sales growth index, depreciation index, selling general and administrative index, leverage index. Like that, they calculate all this index, and there is a standard weight for all of these variables. That means when he tested, he got a coefficient value, and that coefficient value is taken. That is the weight that is taken as the weight, and then you multiply the value which you arrive by your analysis to that standard weight, like you apply in Altman's Z-score and all like that. So that weight is multiplied with the value of your company, and then you find out the total value, and if its value is greater than minus 1.78, say minus 1.78, if I am getting minus 2.78 means it is not greater, it is lesser than minus 1.78. So a value greater than minus 1.78 is considered as a sign of manipulation. Okay, so this is considered as a sign of manipulation like that, and that's how Vinicius score is being calculated. Okay. The second thing, okay, we will calculate this, then I'll come to the second thing. Like that. So second is Benford Law. I'll come to Benford Law once I finish Vinicius square. Okay. So shall we start Vinicius square? Okay. I need somebody who's having a laptop. Just share your screen.
So can I do it?
Yeah, anybody. I want one by one to, I don't want me showing it again and again in every class. I'll show it with your this thing so that you will also learn. So whenever you feel you are slow or you are not getting it, please feel free to stop me. I'll explain it again. Okay, the purpose is to enable you or to make you learn how to use Vinicius score and this thing. Enable editing in that top. So I have quickly taken, I was planning for IL and FS. So this was that was a company which was earlier detected with fraud in 2018 and this thing. But somehow when I downloaded there are ILFS engineering as well as financial services. So 1 year it became financial services from the annual report. So that took chunk of my time, and finally when I noticed it, it was little late. So suddenly I was quickly making it with what is available books of accounts, Marico company. So I just took Marico's financial statements. You can download the financial statements from any of the websites which you like, but best way to do it is you take the annual report of the company and then make an Excel sheet out of it. That is the best source to get it. Also, you can use Proves or Bloomberg or any other sources which you have in your university, and then you can download it according to their format. But the company's format, if you want, you can directly download the annual report, convert it into an Excel format, and then copy it and paste it like that. And so I have done it like this. I have taken Marico's company's balance sheet, financial statement, and cash flow statement, and this is shown in the sheet called financials here. So I have taken from 2016 to 21. So you can see the assets. If you scroll down, this is the balance sheet. And further, if you scroll down further, come down, you can see after balance sheet, I have given profit and loss account. And after that, I have given the cash flow from operation. I have given some calculations here. I didn't want to repeat it. I see when you are taking real annual reports, you should have your judgment on what all things should be coming into there. A good analyst will make very less mistakes, and answers will not be the same when two people are doing it like that. So I have taken effective tax rate. I have calculated based on the information given there. And the COGS, it is not mentioned directly. So I have calculated the COGS and operating income. Operating income before depreciation and gross profit. This much things I have calculated. That calculation I have done and this thing. So you can cross check that calculation. Okay, so this much is ready. Then we'll go for Venetian score. So before calculating Venetian score, you should have a lot of ratios to be calculated, and that takes a chunk of time in calculating these ratios. So I have calculated it, and I have given the formulas on the side there. So if we calculate this today, it will take this full session. So that's why I have calculated, and you can click on the cell and you will see the formula and the reference which I have done. So delivered income, if you click on delivered income, just click on any cell in delivered income, B cell, B2, click on B2. So you can see the formula there. I have gone to the financial sheet, cell number 102, that is net income, then plus. Then I have taken interest income, that is in cell number 87 in the previous sheet. Then 1 minus tax rate. So I have taken the effective tax rate, which I have calculated at the bottom, and then I have done it. So in a similar manner, you can do it. Any company you take, you apply this formula, and then you can calculate all the ratios which are mentioned there. And I have calculated this much ratios. If we take some, say for example, in the data which I was having, accounts payable was there only for 2 years. So that is why it is showing DIV, because there are no values after that. That is in cell number, yeah. So there you don't have values, because in the master sheet, it didn't have accounts payable after 2 years. Only in 2016 and 17 it is there. That's why it is showing a value there. Similarly, days payable, which I calculated out of this accounts payable, naturally will not be having these things, and the net trade cycle is also having this problem. You can update it with your this thing. I didn't have enough time to do this, so just yesterday I finished it. So today morning, just now only I finished this thing. So this calculation, I think you can skip. I think all of you are good in this ratios, and you can always look into the cell and you can calculate these ratios. Okay, so with these ratios, I am going to calculate the Venetian score. So let us go to the next sheet named Venetian score. Okay. So I have given the model parameters which Venetian score has. Venetian told like that. That is the model parameters. That is the value. What is the value of intercept? What is the value of day sales receivable index, gross margin index, asset quality index? All those values are the model parameters which it is not there, no? It is there or no?
It is there, sir. Days receivable, current assets. To the left.
1 second.
You need to scroll to the left.
Okay, okay, fine. It is there. Okay, so you can see those things there. So now we are going to calculate this ratios, which I have already calculated. We are bringing it to here. So let us bring DSRI. I have already calculated DSRI down. So what you can do is let your cursor be in cell number J3. J3. Let your cursor be in J3. Now put is equal to. You can simply put is equal to, no need to go to the formula bar, is equal to. Then you can click on DSRI value, that is in C19, enter. So that is the DSRI value. Click on that cell again, DSRI value, go to the corner, yeah, and pull it sideways up to 2020. 2021. Okay. So what I have done is I have the numbers which we have already calculated. Just you can highlight in the down that G as C19 cell, C19, yeah, till the end you can highlight it in yellow so that participants will know that what I have brought it there. Just highlight in yellow color. Yeah. So what I have done is I have just bought DSRI there, which I have already calculated. Similarly, we will bring all the ratios there. So let's go to GMI is equal to. Now click on GMI. You can go to that cell and click there. Yeah, click there, enter, enter. So it will come there. Now go to the corner, pull it sideways. So we have GMI also, then AQI, that is asset quality index. So go to cell number J, yeah, put is equal to. Now click on asset quality index, yeah, enter. Now go to the corner, pull it sideways. Now we have SGI index. So we have SGI, put is equal to, then there is SGI, enter. Enter, press enter. Now pull it sideways. Similarly, depreciation index is equal to DEPI. Yeah, it is down, enter. Now SGAI. Now TATA. That is total accruals to total assets. Then LVGI, that is leverage index. Leverage index. Okay. So remember how this calculation, these are all ratios, and I have calculated all these ratios and I have given the formulas there. You can calculate it, and for any company of your choice, and then you can bring it down like this, and all those ratios need to be brought in here, and then we have to do it. The model parameters are fixed in the sense that what model parameters initially Benish calculated with his companies, and then that coefficient is there. This works, I don't know. Normally, one thing in research, this is the statistical model, they use the coefficients on the assumptions that it can be generalized, but it is better when we calculate it with more number of companies from Indian context like that. Okay. Now what we have to do is this coefficient into the value, that is the product. So let us take the product of this. So let your cursor be in P column, P for plan. Okay. First cell we will not use it because it is intercept. So let us be in P2. Okay. Now we have to multiply the model parameters with the value which we have arrived. So we will click into is equal to, then click on DSRI 2000 value. Yeah. Into, put a star button, into, you have put into, then click on the model parameter value, that is in Q3. Q3.
O3, right? So O3.
Oh, sorry, O3. 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 1 second. Now, press F4. Press F4 so that that O3 is constant for everybody, for all the this thing. Press F4 so that it is constant. Those who are using laptops, function key and F4. So it will put a $sign there, function key and F4. And some of the laptops will have a different this thing. So you can see a $sign has come. Basically in Excel, what we do is we put a $sign to keep that cell constant. So if I pull it to the next cell, the O3 will be constant, but the other cell will keep on changing. Now enter. Okay. Now go to the corner, pull it sideways. So we have calculated the product for all this thing. So now let us calculate it for next this thing is equal to, click on O4, press F4 into, then click on GMI value on 2070. Enter. Pull it sideways. Similarly, click on is equal to O5. Press F4 into AQI value. Enter. Do it similarly for others also. Okay. So basically that is the first part. In first part is the main thing is calculating these ratios. That takes a lot of time. So I have given that calculation for you. You have to take your own company and you should try it, and then you can see whether it is doing good. Okay. Now let us sum up all these things. Before that, that intercept will be same for all. So 4.84, that intercept, you can pull it sideways. You can pull it sideways. Okay, fine. Now we will sum up all these products. So in the P column, yeah, is equal to sum, SUM sum. Double click on some. No, it has not come. Double click. Yeah. Now click on the first column, that is P2. P2. Click on P2. P2. Yeah. Now Control Shift down arrow. Close the bracket. Enter. Enter. Click OK. What happened? Just P2 to P10 only, no? P2 to, you have selected P11 also. Change it to P10. In the formula bar, P up to P10. Now enter. Okay. So that is the M score. Now pull it sideways. Now this is what Benish M score we are talking about. So we have calculated the Benish M score, and if you look into the Benish M score, as I told you, Benish M score gives a cutoff rate, and that cutoff is 1.78, and if the value is greater than minus 1.78, then we say there is a manipulation in that. So if you look here, the value is actually not greater than 1.78, it is less than, since it is a negative value. So 2.45 is actually less than 1.78. So we cannot say that there is a manipulation according to the Benish M score. So Marico is not showing any manipulation as far as Benish M score is concerned. So that's how we calculate Benish M score. And you look into the values and then we decide whether it is actually manipulating or not. So now it's to you. Tell me, everybody is able to calculate it, or what are the doubts? Anybody who is not getting the answer, please, this is the time.
Six, may I know about how this intercept is being calculated actually?
Actually, Benish in his paper, he has calculated with a number of companies, and that coefficient, normally in a regression, you have a coefficient, beta values, no?
Yeah.
So that beta values is considered as the standard beta value, and you are calculating for your company and you are multiplying with the standard value determined by Benish and score. Benish.
Okay.
Like in Altman, Altman has after doing discriminant analysis, Altman gives a coefficient, and you are multiplying your company's ratios with that coefficient, and then you are trying whether it is company is going to be bankrupt or not, like that. In the similar manner, these parameters are fixed.
Okay, it's a standard one, right?
Yeah. So I have just taken from Benish's 1999 paper, and I have put those parameters there. That is common. You can check it in net, and all these parameters will be given there. So you can take that parameters and then you can multiply it. The main process in this calculation is calculating that ratios. So you did it very fast because you didn't calculate that ratios. Calculating that ratios takes a lot of time. That I have skipped. If I calculate that ratio, full class won't be enough for this. 1.5 hours won't be enough. So that's why I skipped that ratio part. And I have given the formula there. You can apply that formula and you can calculate it. Now, everybody got it? Anybody who is not getting, please I'll be happy to help you out. Anybody who is not getting, don't worry, you need not have a.
Professor,
Yeah.
I have one doubt. Like, sir, that minus 1.78 indicates potential manipulation. Is it minus 1.78 or minus 2.22? I have seen some papers.
See, different people have different argument about what is the value of M score. Some people say that this much, this is the new value, this is the other value, like that people say. So whenever there is a, you need not believe in what I am saying. The best option is go to Binish's 1999 paper, M score, and check that values, and that is the best way.
Okay, Professor.
In internet, if you search, they will give different values for this thing. So always when we have this Altman, if you search for Altman, you will say Altman's value, this is better. Some people will say this is better, like that. So there are different arguments about this. Why this means? Every people will have their own value. So whenever you have a doubt over such things, best is go to the original person who has done it and check his paper, Venetian school. So that gives a correct this thing. Anybody who is not getting it, we have, or any other clarifications required, then we will move on. If not, we will move on. I hope all of you are able to get it. I'm not getting any results in chat box or somewhere. You can mention whether you are getting it or not. Manu Abra, that is earlier one. Anybody got? Just type in chat box if you are able to do it. No response. Done. Okay, Anuraj has done. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody who is not getting it, if they are free to share their screen, I will help you out in getting the answer.
Sir, I have a question. Myself,
Yeah.
Arun.
Yeah.
Sir, it is to is it will confirm? Can we confirm it? Can we confirm there is a fraud, or is it just to check our likelihood of a fraud?
It is likelihood of a fraud only. You cannot confirm that based on Venetian score is showing a high value. This company is committing a fraud. We cannot say it for sure. If you want to say it for sure, go for the forensic accounting techniques, which I told in the previous class.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Now, one thing, let me tell you about this research which is happening now. If you look into accounting research earlier, we have something, we call it as normative research. So normative research, what basically they do is how it should be. So people used to, it is more of a prescriptive nature. Accountants were normally normative earlier. So they will say, this is how journal entry should be recorded. This is how ledger should be recorded. And this is prescriptive in nature, like that. So that's why much of research in accounting didn't happen, and nobody questioned the validity for a quite long time in the prescriptive nature of accounting. Then after 70s, what happened is that it became normative research. That means you look into the actual effect in the capital market, and then we decide whether this is actually useful or not, like that. So that type of research is actually normative research, like you are using a asset pricing model or something like that, a capital asset pricing. You are taking real market data and you are trying and fitting your model, and then you are saying whether the model is explaining or not. These type of researchers are called normative researchers, which take actual data and then they try to find out whether there is a relationship. Now, Benish is more of a prescriptive nature, in my opinion. It is a normative type of research. Actually, whether it is working, you have to look into the company and find out whether there is an actual fraud or not, like that. But studies have shown that 17 companies, 17 frauds, 12 frauds were able to get detected by this. And it became popular because some of the industry always wants some quick fixes. So they will always look into this. So it is preferred in the industry to, rather than analyzing huge amount of data, you can simply calculate this and see. And if it is there, you think you have a problem, like that. The company is having a problem. But you can say, according to Benish score, there is a chance of manipulation. But here we don't find a manipulation like that. Okay. So remember, the first forensic thing is more important than this. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. I'll quickly show a couple of slides. Then I'll ask somebody else to share the screen. So I hope all of you will be able to do Benish score. Now, my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Professor.
Okay. Now let us move on with this Benish score. Now come to Benford Law. Now, Benford Law is an old thing. Actually, it's not a new thing, but in accounting, it is applying the application in accounting and the forensic accounting. It's relatively new, but Benford Law from very olden times, it is there like that. So in 1881, Simon Newcomb actually studied the probability of numbers. So if you look into numbers, say you have a lot of figures like that. So in financial statement, you are seeing a lot of figures. In stock prices, you are seeing a lot of figures, numbers like that. So if you look into the numbers, you can find that there is a probability that a number will occur. Say the first digit, how much times the second digit will occur, how much time the third digit will occur, how much time the fourth digit will occur, like that. Say in a 10,000, suppose the value is 10,000, leftmost value is 1. So how much time 1 will occur? Then second value, let's put instead of 0, let us put 12,321, something like that. So second value is 2. How many times this second value will occur? Then third value is 3. So how many times the third value will occur? Fourth value will occur. Fifth value will occur, like that. So he said that there is a probability that this will be there. If you calculate this probability, we can say that probability of the digit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, like that, any number occurring. So in probability of 1 occurring is, there is a probability. I'll tell you that. Probability of 2 will occurring in a places like this. Probability of 3 occurring in a place like that. So if you look into the values itself, you can see. And big annual reports, if you check the values in the leftmost side will be normally, it won't be a very big value. Actually, it will be 1, 2 like that. But more 8, 9 like that, it will come towards the end of this thing. So he calculated a probability. This has a lot of implications with real life. Say Fibonacci ratio, all these things are actually somewhat related to this formula like this. So he told that the probability you can calculate it by using log of 10 into 1 plus 1 divided by that value. If the value is 1, means D will be 1. If the value is 2, means D will be 2, like that. Then this later on, Benford in the year 1938, he didn't use any computers and all. At that time, we don't have computers and all like that. So Benford actually, what he tried to do is, he took up certain things and he tried to check for this pattern, same pattern. So he took the directory, telephone directory, and took the numbers of telephone directory. He took the street names and the numbers like that. He looked into the length of the river. He looked into the number of cities like that. Anything which is not related at all like that, he tried to check number of pages read in a book like that. So if you look into a book, normally you read the first few pages, and if you look into the last pages, most of the people might not have read the last pages like that. So like that, he looked into different things like that, and he found that there is a similar pattern which is occurring, as Benford has told that this is how it occurs, and he showed it with different things. So like telephone numbers, rivers, books read, like that, all sort of things he has tried, and most of the things he found that this pattern is actually occurring. That came to be known as Benford Law like that. Okay, so not only this thing, molecular weight, death rate, anything. So he said all these things are having a pattern, and it follows the Benford Law, that is a pattern told by Simon Newcomb, and it came to be known as Benford Law. Now, the application of Benford Law basically started with Mark Nigrani. Mark Nigrani's book is something which most of you might be reading. He applied this Benford Law. His PhD thesis was on Benford Law, and he applied this Benford Law on different things, and he has applied it in forensic accounting, all those things like that. That is, forensic accounting is later. Forensic analytics like that, Mark Nigrani's Benford Law's book is there now. I think that is something there. But in 2015, Amiram and Bozanic, in their that is Accounting Review Journal, they studied some 43,332 firms. They took their financial statement, and then they tried to calculate the Benford Law, whether financial statements are following Benford Law. So now, let me tell you, Benford Law says that this much numbers should be there, all these criteria are there. Okay, but Amiram and Bozanic, actually, they studied it, and they found that financial statements are closely following Benford Law. Now again, a caveat from my side. Benford says that this much numbers should be analyzed and all like that. So in financial statement, very less numbers are there, but this study showed that it is showing closely a Benford Law like that. So we are trying to test Benford Law also for the same company, Marico, and how, whether it is having any problem like that. So that's what we are going to do now. So in order to do Benford Law, Benford says that this is how the expected distribution is there. So he told that first digit, the chance that one will come at the leftmost side is 30%. And the 2 will come on the leftmost side, it is 17% chance is there. 3 will come on the leftmost side, it is 12%, 4 9%, 5 7%, 6 6.7, then 7 5.8, 8 5.1, and 4.6. And if we say that this pattern is violated, there is a chance of manipulation. So this is what Benford Law basically says that, and you can check the leading first digit, second digit. So the Mark Nigrani's book you can check. So they check first digit, second digit, third digit, like that, different digits they keep on checking. I'm taking the leftmost digit, and then I'm showing how. That is how financial statements are tested. So here we are checking the financial statement, whether there is any fraud like that. Now, in order to do this, we use an Excel formula, that is left, then absolute addressing. That means sign will not be taken. So we use abs, that is for absolute addressing. Then we take the cell where we have the value, then we multiply it into 1000, then comma, then 1, like that we do it. So that will give us the leftmost digit, and then we will count the total number of digits like that. And then we calculate the Kolmogorov Smirnoff statistics. It is basically calculated. How it is calculated is that first we will take actual digit, that is 1, and difference between expected digit 1, that is the 1, what is the value of 1. Then you find out the difference. Then you take actual digit plus actual digit 2 minus expected digit 1, expected digit 2, the difference. Then we will take actual digit 1 plus actual digit 2 plus actual digit 3 minus expected digit 1, expected digit 2, expected digit 3. Similarly, then we take 4, this thing, actual digit 1, actual digit 2, actual digit 3, actual digit 4, minus expected digit 1, expected digit 2, expected digit 3, expected digit 4, expected digit 5, like that. Then we will take 6, then 7, then 8, then 9. Then that's how Kolmogorov-Smirnov test is done, and we take the maximum of this, and this maximum value we check, and this maximum value, if the value is, we calculate the count, and 1.36 root of 1.36 it is calculated, and if the value is above the Kolmogorov Smirnov cutoff, then we say there is a possibility of a fraud, like that. So let's try Benford Law also quickly. So I'm stopping the slide, and I would ask somebody to share the screen. So we will try with Benford Law now. Those who are not good in Excel, they share the screen so that everybody, they will be slow. Okay. Now, here I have just to scroll to the leftmost side. Yeah, still. Now, what I have done is I have copied and pasted the consolidated balance sheet and income statement and cash flow. If you scroll down, you can see I have pasted consolidated balance sheet in income statement and the cash flow down, like that. So you can take any company's financial statements like this. This is the profit and loss account. Still, if you come down, you can see the cash flow statement like that. Okay. So these statements are pasted there. Then we are going to find out the leading digits. Then we will find out, we will first find out the leftmost digit, leading digit in the leftmost side, and then we will try to calculate it like that. So let your cursor be in J5. Yeah, click on that. So is equal to, put is equal to, no, yours. If you have a problem there, you can just click on the top of I, it will spread. I, column number I, go to the end of it and double click, escape, just press escape button. You are inside a formula. Now go to the corner of I, where the column of I ends. If you double click there, I will, that the letters won't be congested. The space between I and J, there is a line, no, yeah. Go to the corner there. Corner of that. Double click there. Double click. Double click. Yeah. Okay. So you don't have a problem now. Okay. Now go to J. Yeah. There. Now is equal to. Now left. Type left. We need leftmost item. So left. So double click on left. Now ABS, we need absolute, we don't need plus and minus, so we need absolute value ABS. Okay, double click on ABS. Now click on the cell where we have value, that is B5. Click on B5, B for ball, B5. Okay, now into, for into we have to click on star. Okay, 1000. Now type 1000. Close the bracket. Put a comma. Then 1. Close the bracket again. Enter. Now go to the corner of this cell where you got the answer. Yeah. Click there. Go to the corner. When the cross sign changes, double click. Or pull it down. Pull it down. Since there is no value, you can double click also, it will take to the last. Okay, fine. Now pull it sideways also. Okay. Only one cell. No. Control Z. No. Click on that. Okay. Go to the slow. Click on that. Now slowly pull it. Yeah. Pull it. Yeah. Go ahead. Till 2021 it should go. Keep going. Keep pulling. Fine. Stop. Okay. Now go to 2017. Now go to the corner. There itself. Double click. Okay. Now 2018. Click on the cell. Now again next cell. 2019. Double click. Okay. Fine. 20. 21. Okay. Now we need to find out the leading digit. So the count of the leading digit. How much is the count of leading digit? So we are going to count it. So scroll sideways. Further. Okay. Now let your cursor be in R column, that is below count. R cell is R5. R5. Now I told you in order to count, we use a countif function. So we will use is equal to countif. 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 Double click on countif. Then you have to select the range. First click on J5. J5. Okay. Now press shift. Come down to the last column. No need to scroll. See, first click on J5. Now use side scroll bar and come to last. Okay. Now control shift down arrow. Okay, fine. Now press F4, function key and F4, function key and F4. function key and F4. There should be a dollar sign coming. Okay, fine. Now put a comma. Now click on Q5. Q5. That is leading digit is 1. Q5. 1, 1. Yeah. Now close the bracket. Enter. Okay, fine. Now pull it down up to 9. Stop there. Just scroll up because I have used freeze panes. Now pull it again down. Okay, fine. Now we need to count the total. So we will put sum. Total count below total count, that is in R14, column number R14 is equal to sum, SUM sum. Double click. Now click on the first value, that is 220. Yeah, till last. Close the bracket, enter. Okay, now we are having the actual distribution. Now in actual distribution column is equal to, click on R5, that is your total count, R5, that is your total count. Sorry, R14, sorry, R14. R5, sorry, R5, first R5, R5. That is your value, count value, 229, what you got, R5 divided by, for divided by, put a slash, then total count. That will give you the percentage. Enter. Well, before entering, you need to press F4. So R5 should be common. So click on R5 in the formula bar. In the formula bar, go to formula bar and click on R14, not R5, R14. And press F4, function key F4. Function key F4. You press escape, otherwise your presentation will stop. Okay. Or you put $sign before and after R. Put a $sign before and after R. Okay. Enter. Okay. Now go to that column and double click. That is where 33.88 is coming. Go to the corner. No, not inside. Escape. Go to the corner, double click. Oh, why it is coming till last? Go up. Scroll. That is not required. Okay, you can delete that. All the three. Now, expected distribution, actually, it was supposed to be there. Okay, we will calculate is equal to log log, double click, then 1 plus 1 plus 1 starter bracket, divided by. Now click on Q5, that is 1, Q5, comma, 10. Close the bracket. Enter. Now double click or pull it down up to the last one, not KS is not, okay, fine. Now we need the cumulative difference. Cumulative difference. Expected distribution, actually, 1 second. Now, cumulative difference is equal to ABS, then sum. Bracket does not come now after ABS. Bracket has come. I'm not able to see. Yeah, correct. Sum, SUM. Now, click on O4, not O4, sorry. You should click on, my cell reference is different, that is why. Click on actual distribution, the first value of actual distribution, that is 30 you got, okay. Now to expected distribution, O4, to expected distribution, next cell, expected distribution. No, S to T, you are now in T. First select S, okay. Now you press F4, function key and F4. Yes, function key and F4. Now use side arrow to come to the next cell. Gone. You are again, let's do it again. Sum, F4, function key and F4. Okay, now press shift and the side arrow and click on the next cell. Okay, fine. Now close the bracket. Put a minus. then SUM sum. Now click on expected distribution, Yeah, that one. Press F4. Now again, click on expected distribution. Same cell. Oh, no. Click on that, press F4. Function key F4. Now click on another cell, any other cell. Just press shift and this, put an arrow key. Okay, now close the bracket. Enter. Click yes, whatever it is, yes. Now there is a small change in the formula because you cannot select it. That's why I have given it. You have to put now $5, no? O5, what is that? Can you read it? I'm not able to see it. That's a problem. Cell reference. Or you can copy and paste the cell in the chat box, cell formula. If you could read it, I would still.
So is equal to ABS bracket sum bracket $5.
$5. What is the
$5
5
is to
dollar. Now again dollar is not there. Is to same you put is to S5 itself. Is to S5 itself. Same column. S5 itself. Okay, that dollar should not be there. Okay.
Okay, sir.
In the second one, sum, then next column $5
is to S5
is to dollar. First, tell me some
$S.
Okay.
Again $5.
So you have taken S5. Okay. Is then column, then you have to do is S5 itself without the dollar.
Okay, sir.
The red one should be S5 without dollar.
Okay, sir.
Same column.
Okay.
Let me tell you this, what I'm trying to tell you here is.
Sir, can you tell the formula one more?
My cell, that is, you are taking actual distribution, absolute sum, actual distribution, first cell to actual distribution only. Okay. Sir, I am getting, I have sum S5 No, in this formula, what is typed is wrong because first should have dollar. I'll type the formula here. Is equal to ABS, then sum, SUM sum, then you should have the first is column, that is expected actual distribution. Actual distribution column in your is S5, I think, isn't it? First one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, so I'll put dollar S $5 to again S5 minus sum, then we have expected as in which column, that is T. So dollar T dollar is to sorry, dollar T dollar, that is 5, I think. 5 is to again T5. Again T5.
Can you put the equation in the chat box?
Yeah, I'm putting.
Okay. Okay.
This is the equation. I hope all of you who to everyone, I actually just okay. I hope all of you can see that. I told you about how we are going to calculate the absolute addressing. That is that Kolmogorov, Smirnoff, this thing, test statistics, that is actual distribution minus expected absolute value of actual distribution minus expected distribution, 1. Then in the second case, actual distribution plus actual distribution 2 minus expected distribution plus expected distribution 2. So in the first case, it is no, Control Z. Control Z. Okay, fine. Last value you can do it. All of you are getting this value? Okay, that is what we call as cumulative differences. So if you have calculated the cumulative differences, you can. Now we will use the KS value. that is the max of this. So in the column cumulative, below cumulative difference, yeah, is equal to max, max, max. Then select the U column, that is cumulative difference column from top to the bottom. Yeah. Close the bracket. Enter. So 4.73 like that. Now let us calculate the cutoff value. Before cutoff value, we will square root of this thing. Now in the next column, that is already there, square root of total count. Just click on that column. I didn't click on square root of total count. SQRT R, just click on that. I need to know which cell I have given. Yeah, fine. So total count. Now let us calculate the cutoff value. In order to get the cutoff value, is equal to click on a cell V column. Let it be in that column. Is equal to 1.36 divided by then square root of total, that is in your square root of total, that previous column. Yeah, not that, there is no formula there. 26, where you got 26. Okay, enter. Now you can convert it into percentage so that it will be much more easy to have a look. Now that, what is the value? So 5.3. So our interpretation of Benford law is that if K's value is less than the cutoff sign, okay. So cutoff value is actually the percentage. K's value, what you calculated is 5, and the cutoff value is coming as what is the cutoff value coming? 5.23, yeah.
5.23.
I'm getting a different value. That's what I'm. Just click on. The sum values, total count. What is the total count you are getting?
676.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, 5.23 and this thing. Okay, fine. Okay. Now what you have to do is, this is the value which you are, K's value and the cutoff value we will see. So K's value is 4.73. That you can highlight that K's value. 4.73. You can highlight it in a yellow color. And the cutoff value is the value which you have got now, that is 5.73. Sorry, 5.23. 5.23. Now, the interpretation is if Ks value is less than the cutoff value. So the Ks value is 4.73. If it is less than the cutoff value, there is no sign of manipulation. So here we don't get any manipulation signal because Ks value is 4.73 and it is less than the cutoff value. Cutoff value is 5.2123 like that, and we say there is no manipulation like that. This is how we apply the Benford law. Okay. So you can, if the value is differing, then we say there is this thing. So let us conclude our session. What I have done in the last phase, I think most of you will be confused in the last phase. I have calculated Kolmogorov Smirnoff test, and that test is calculated by using like this formula. That is, for the first case, absolute value of actual digit minus expected digit. Okay, so that is why we selected the same cell for actual value, and the one we blocked it as actual value, and again we clicked on actual value minus expected value, again we clicked on expected value. That is the first cell. In the second cell, we have to add first and two digits. So actual value of first digit plus actual value of second digit minus expected value of first digit, expected value of second digit. In the third case, it will be actual value of first digit plus actual value of second digit plus actual value of third digit minus expected value of first digit, second digit, third digit. Fourth case, actual value of 1, 2, 3, 4 minus expected value of 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 digits. That is why we have used that formula ABS sum like that. So that way it will create this calculation, and maximum of that is what we call as Kolmogorov-Smirnoff. Once you have Kolmogorov-Smirnoff test, then we can compare it with the cutoff limit. Cutoff limit 1.36 of root P. That's how we can calculate the cutoff limit. Then you compare the Kolmogorov value and the cutoff rate is Ks is less than the cutoff rate. Then we say there is no shenanigan. Otherwise, there is a shenanigan. I have taken a company Marico, which was readily available with me, the data. That's why if you try, you can try with the companies which are manipulating. So you can check it whether it is exceeding the limit or not, like that. So these are the three things in forensic accounting. I have only shown the first digit. Somebody asked me how third digit is. Third digit also is the same process is like that. So you can test first digit, second digit, third digit, all these things like that. The thing is same like that. So this is now increasingly used as a forensic accounting tool to detect fraud like that, Benford's law, and a whole lot of things. Whole book is there on Mark Nigrani. So people who are interested in doing research or anything on this, you can refer Mark Nigrani, Forensic Analytic. I think it's Wiley publication. So you can check that. That will give you the details of it. So I think within that short span of time, I didn't have enough time, just 1.5 hours. So I'm well within my time limit. So I have given you a glimpse of what is Venetian score, what is Benford law, and how forensic analytics is being done, forensic accounting is being done. So these three topics I have covered it in a short span of 3 hours. I hope you can use that Excel sheet and you will be able to do it again. If you are able to do it again, then my job is done. So thank you.